There's a specific kind of silence that only exists in a parked car. Engine off, keys still in your hand. And somewhere between the driveway and the front door, something breaks loose that couldn't break loose anywhere else. Psychologists have started noticing a strange pattern. People don't fall apart in the privacy of their bedrooms, where the door locks and no one can see them. They fall apart in traffic, in parking lots. In the 10 quiet minutes between work and home, why would anyone choose 4 square feet of steel and glass over an entire house built for comfort? Think about the last time you sat in your car a little longer than you needed to. Maybe you just left a job that was draining you slowly, day by day. Maybe you just hung up the phone with a parent and something in their voice made your chest tighten. You didn't go inside right away. You sat there, hands on the wheel, and let your face finally stop pretending. Almost everyone has done this, and almost no one has asked why. Here's where things become interesting. Your car isn't just transportation. To your nervous system, it's something closer to a chamber outside of time. It's the one space in your daily life where nobody is watching. Nobody needs anything from you, and nobody expects you to perform. Not your family, not your coworkers, not even the version of yourself you present at home. Because home, for many people, isn't actually a safe place to be undone. A home has witnesses. Someone might walk in. Someone might ask what's wrong, and you'd have to explain. And explaining means organizing the chaos into words before you're ready. The car asks nothing of you. It simply holds you. This is something most people completely misunderstand about emotional regulation. We tend to think people who hold it together in public and collapse in private are simply being strong than weak. But that's only part of the story. What's actually happening is more precise than that. The mind is constantly scanning for environments where vulnerability feels survivable. Researchers who study stress response describe this as a search for a moment of low threat, a pocket of time where the body's defenses can finally stand down. For a lot of people, that pocket isn't a bedroom, it's a driver's seat. There's something else happening beneath the surface, something tied to identity. At home, you're a role, a parent, a partner, a son, a daughter, someone others depend on to be a certain way. But in the car, alone, moving through the world in motion, you're not required to be anyone. Psychologists studying self-concept suggest that this in-between state, neither fully at work nor fully at home, creates a rare kind of psychological privacy. Not physical privacy, emotional privacy. A place where your identity gets to rest. And this is where it gets surprising. This habit, the one that might feel like avoidance, might actually be a sign of something healthier than we assume. People who instinctively find a contained, private space to process emotion before re-entering their lives are often displaying a subtle form of emotional intelligence. They're not suppressing their feelings, they're sequencing them, giving themselves a controlled release valve instead of an explosion at the dinner table. Consider what that says about someone. It suggests a person who protects the people they love from their heaviest moments, not because they're hiding, but because they care enough to arrive home already halfway soothed. It suggests someone whose inner world is rich and complicated, someone who has learned often without ever being taught how to create their own emotional shelter when the world doesn't offer one. Maybe that's the real twist here. We assume crying alone means loneliness. But for so many people, it's the opposite. It's the one act of self-protection that lets them keep showing up, keep loving people, keep functioning without quietly burning out from the inside. So the next time you sit in your car a little longer than you need to, maybe don't rush yourself out of it. Maybe it was never really about the car. Maybe it was about finally finding one place, however small, where the noise of being everything to everyone finally went quiet, and you got to just be a person again. If this felt strangely personal, you're probably not alone. Subscribe for more psychology that helps you understand yourself in ways you never expected.